And according to the early interpretations of this parable, the robbers represent Satan. And the devil then is trying to kill, beat, and wound, but most of all, notice that he's stripping him of some garment that he's wearing. And they've made it here green. Green often in art representations is symbolic of life. So this man who has come down from a holy place is wearing some kind of a garment of immortality. But when he is beset by these robbers, by Satan, he will somehow fall and will lose his garment of immortality. And according to their interpretation, that what Satan wanted more than anything else was to deprive him of these eternal blessings that he had come down from this holy place with. If Satan can't have them himself, he doesn't want anyone else to have it either. Well, the priest and the Levite come by, they look on, and they don't help. And maybe they just can't help. You see, the parable said that the man was left half dead. And the way we can understand that is that through the fall of Adam and Eve, we have all suffered the first death, but not yet the second death. But can the law of Moses and can the priest and Levite save us from the first death? Can they overcome death? No. And so maybe it's more that the priest and the Levite can't rescue this fallen man. And so sometimes we're a little bit negative about the priest and the Levite. Maybe they're too pious or they're too busy or whatever it is that they're doing, and maybe that's all true. But underlying it all, perhaps, the bigger problem is it's going to take something more to save fallen man than the law of Moses. And what would that be? It will take someone to be a savior, someone who will come and save all of fallen mankind. And so we have a certain Samaritan who comes. And he will save, putting the wounded man on the beast and taking him to an inn. And watch what's happening here. The man who shows compassion. Remember I said that this word compassion is a special word that is used for the love and mercy of God. Have you ever thought of the Samaritan being Jesus Christ? That he comes and he is the one who has compassion. That's how the early Christians understood this. And so you see the posture of Jesus in this stained glass window, looking on with compassion. And you can begin to feel that, well, even though he says he is a Samaritan, in Hebrew the word for Samaritan is the same word as the word for shepherd, because the Samaritans were shepherd people. Interesting, a certain shepherd came by, it might also say. And if we talk about the Good Samaritan, well, we can also talk about the Good Shepherd. And we know who the Good Shepherd is, don't we? So, what does he do? He binds up the wounds. This isn't just healing the flesh, because we are bound when Jesus offers us the opportunity to enter into a covenant with him. And the word for binding that's used here is the same word that's used for whatsoever is bound on earth is bound in heaven. So he offers first a covenant relationship. Will you follow what I say? I would like to redeem you, the parable is in a way saying, but you've got to help. And then, apparently the answer is, yes, help me, I'm dying. You can imagine the drama. And then, it doesn't show here, but then he pours on the oil and the wine to wash away the blood and to anoint. And then to put him on his beast and carrying him to an inn. And you can see his hand extending here, greeting the innkeeper. You see the horses. And this is quite an inn, right? The way the artists have depicted this, the stained glass windows makers, see this as more than just a stable or a resting spot on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. They understand this as the church. And you can see that when the Samaritan stays the night with the wounded man, see the incense burner here? He's inside, shown inside of a church. Because the inn and the innkeeper are, in their mind, representing the church and the leader of the church. And then Jesus, of course, promises the leader of the church, do your job, and when I come back, when I'm here a second time, I will reward you. Can you see a second level now operating in the story?